We're heading to Lake Berryessa, California to chase largemouth, spots, and smallmouth.
Oh yeah, nice.
Oh,
dude. No, we'll grab them.
Yep.
They're all over this. Oh, you got them. Yep. There it is.
Let me see the. Oh, look at that. Yeah. That's my biggest spot. Big spot. Yeah. Dude. I heard about Lake Berryessa when I was a young guy. It was always synonymous with giant largemouth. So I'm hooking up with my buddy Thomas from P-Line. He's got this place dialed. He's got the bass boat, he's got all the cool gear. This guy is a bass head, and I'm excited to learn from the best.
Thomas Kenemoto with G. Pucci & Sons. We manufacture P-Line, First Gen, Beckman, and Pucci products. I'm a key accounts manager there and also product developer for First Gen Fishing. Denis, he said he wanted to hook up, get some filming done, and I told him Lake Berryessa is where my boat's been. I figured out some fish. I know the fall's a great time to get on them with some of the baits we wanted to use, so we headed to Lake Berryessa.
So we ran basically the length of the lake, getting into one of these creeks here. And Thomas said, well, we can start with Topwater, which if anybody knows me, I'm a Topwater freak. So I'm like, yeah, absolutely, let's fish some Topwater. So we got a couple of first gen buzz baits we're gonna be throwing. What we're looking for is these fish to make a transition. The water is starting to drop. It's dropped like 5 degrees in the last week already. What we're looking for is that water temperature to come down. You know, the point where they get active on bait fish. So these fish back in here, he was saying they live back in here and they could be eating anything. You know, frogs, bait fish, crawdads. There's lots of stuff that they could be targeting. I'm running the new X series, the Okuma X series, with the Hakai reel. And this thing for me, bass fishing this year has been my favorite. It's like a Cadillac setup. They cast so nice, fish is so nice.
So coming into the fall, the fish are fully reliant on chasing down bait. And this lake is full of it. Everywhere we go, there are piles of these balls of bait fish everywhere. And we're looking for those fish that are actively feeding on the bait.
Over the last month, it's really been tough because these fish haven't really figured out what to do yet. They're still in their summertime patterns. They're waiting for that water to turn over and cool off so they fully commit to eating bait fish and gorging up before the winter. And they just haven't committed to that yet. So it's been a little bit tougher until then. But we've had some cooler nights, and the water seems to have cooled off a little bit, so we're hopeful that they'll start chewing a little bit.
I'm gonna put on a 12-pound tactical fluorocarbon leader, and I'm gonna run a first gen spinnerbait. He got bit on the spinnerbait a handful of times.
The P-Line Tactical really is a premium Japanese fluorocarbon. It has a real supple feel. It's soft. It casts really, really well. And we built it with some stretch in there, and that's going to give it, a better casting distance. It lays with less memory on the line with a little bit of stretch, and also it plays the fish better. You're not going to break off on hook sets and things like that. And when those fish get close to the boat and they're tugging, it has that give, it has that resistance there. Those fish aren't going to pull out the hook.
Truly is a big deal to come up with something so innovative in the fishing world these days. Most of the time, there's a lot of knockoffs, but First Gen Fishing and his knowledge of bass fishing is leading to some innovative new products that are really fun to learn about, and they're working. I had a low hole Thomas. He had a spinnerbait running over there, so I had to cast over his left shoulder, get into the honey hole before he got there. Sorry, buddy.
Hey, gotta do what you gotta do.
Nice, on that purple spinnerbait. That was cool.
Nice one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Nice. First Cali largemouth in a long time. Look at that. To the top of the mouth. Oh, there you go. That one? Yeah. Good one? So I was throwing it, you can kind of see these suspended, not suspended, but kind of out in the middle of this bay. There's a bunch of sticks sticking up. And
Good deal.
Thomas just caught one that was, he said he saw suspended about 10 feet. So what I did is I kind of let this spinnerbait sink. I let it go all the way to the bottom and then just started slow rolling it. And I actually felt it hit a stick that I couldn't see, like a submerged stick. I felt it pop off of there and then boom. All right. Yeah, that's spinnerbait. So we got some willow leaf blades. Got a little purple and a little white, kind of half and half. It's with silver, the chrome. Running spinnerbaits, is being able to throw them and stuff like this. Just throw them right in the tree, just like that. And a lot of times that's what triggers those strikes. Is it'll be swimming along those sticks and hit a stick. And as soon as it comes off, those bass will smash it just like that.
Oh. That was perfect timing.
Dude, you really, as we're fishing along, Thomas starts to dial in the forward-facing sonar, his new bait. I'm trying to kind of learn my way around. You know, should I be up in front with him and cast? Should I be in the back and just fish clean up? And we just start working through our day, pull a couple fish off of the trees. There's some really defined structure that we started fishing, getting back into stuff. And it's everything you think of when you think of bass fishing. He said, "Oh, they're right below." Dropped it down. Him and I, we're both dropping our jigs right over the front of the boat. And his went down and he goes, "They're chasing it." Then Bob, of course, just gets smacked. Dude, he's spitting up a little bait too. See the little minnows?
Oh, there it is.
Look at all three of them.
That's a nice smallmouth. Yeah. Let's see, that's a, there you go. That's a mean mouth. It's where there's a cross between a smallmouth and a spotted bass. You can kind of see its lateral line, like a spot too. It's brown, but in its mouth, you got that patch, teeth right on its tongue. Pretty fish though.
So before forward-facing sonar, we used to find these fish using 2D. You'd have to graph a long time, work all through a creek mouth and in the pocket to find active feeding fish, and take a very long time before you could drop down on them. Now with forward-facing sonar, you could pull up to a spot, you see activity, drop that trolling motor down and get to work.
Here he is. Oh yeah.
You got another one?
Yep. Yes. Not as big, but he's a good one. Top roll in the face. Bait's ready to make another cast, just like that. Boom.
That means it's time for me to change. Yeah, time to change, I guess. I can't fight it. I caught a handful on the spinnerbait. I was trying to stick with that. Just run it a little different, you know. I hate running the exact same thing as the other guy a lot of time. Just try to, you know, change things up a little bit. But in this situation, I mean, Thomas is the best man. And bass fishing just isn't something we do a lot on the TV show because there's just simply a lot of people that already do it. But I do love bass fishing. I'm just not great at it like I would say other species. So I'm really excited to get on the lake and learn some stuff from Thomas.
You're gonna cast out, you're gonna be fishing these fish that you could see on this. You pretty much let it go down to them. And once it's down there, that one you're just gonna swim. And then you're gonna speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down.
Okay.
That's what they like on that. Gas out here. You gotta find the ones that are up high, chasing. So like there's three, right, there's some right there, like out a ways. Those guys are moving fast. That means they're
chasing. What was happening was there was a whole school of, they had pushed the school close to the surface and they were working it. But they were so committed to that school, they wouldn't even eat. I couldn't get them to eat mine. It's gonna eat me. Oh no, I'm too far. Those are definitely bass right there. And it's so shallow that they're just cruising. It's super shallow right there. 4 feet of water. Ah, there it is! Literally under the boat in 4 feet of water. What in the world? As we're motoring out, trolling motoring out, I'm forward facing, I'm scoping out in front of the boat. We're in a ditch, there's trees on one side, there's a bluff bank on the other, and I'm looking right down the heart of it, and there we go. There's a big solid return on that forward facing sonar out about 50 feet. I fire out that top roll, and it's falling down to it. And I could tell it was a bass because as soon as that thing got within about 10 feet, it looked and it started coming up to it. I engaged the reel and started twitching, and that bait started quivering back and forth. And within seconds, that thing, I saw it meet the bait on the screen and my rod just loaded up. I hooked into it and the fight was on. Head shakes felt better, yeah.
Oh yeah, nice
Oh,
freaking monkey,
dude.
dude.
Look at that.
Woo. No, we'll grab him.
Yeah, you wanna grab him?
Yeah, I'll freaking grab him.
Dude,
That's what we're after, dude. That's what we're after right there.
That's a
On that
big,
top roll, baby.
dude, that's a
Ate that
big
freaking
fish.
thing. That's a big bass, dude. Look at this thing, guys.
That's a good one. You watch him come up.
Unbelievable. Saw him come up perfectly, right where he couldn't stand that thing, rocking side to side.
Yeah.
Freaking big, healthy, fat, largy.
Oh! Thomas dials in the forward-facing sonar bite with his new top roll product that he's about to launch, and just lands a monster largemouth.
Check that guy out, guys.
Yes.
Look at that. Just perfect. Hooked him right there in the top. That bait hasn't moved. So I could show that to you. See what's so special about that head, guys. First off, it catches giants. The other thing is it keeps that plastic peg. You're gonna be able to use one bait for much longer. I could immediately take that fish off and cast right back out if there's a school of them, because that bait keeper that's holding that chin has locked that thing in place. Awesome. Beautiful largemouth, guys. Solid 5.5, 6 pounder. Pretty fish. Yeah.
Saw some fish sitting on the bottom on the forward-facing sonar, and I just made a long cast past them, dropped this jaw dropper underspin to the bottom, and kind of kept my rod tip low, little guy, but and just started swimming it on the bottom, kind of hopping it, swimming along. It's got that little, it's got a really nice little slow, subtle wobble to it. And then I saw that fish come up, and I just sped it up, and boom.
Anytime I'm throwing around heavy vegetation, I use braided line because it cuts through that grass. You don't have to worry about the fish being on one side of the grass and then your line going through another. It's gonna cut right through it, so you're gonna land a lot more fish when you use straight braid, especially on a frog or when, you know, flipping heavy grass, matted vegetation. It's critical to use braided line.
Wrapping up day one, Lake Berryessa. Epic day, like so much fun. Caught a ton of fish, couple of giants, like that big largemouth that Thomas caught was probably the biggest largemouth I've ever seen in person. It was like pushing 6 pounds, it was big. That was fun. Caught a bunch of them on the first gen stuff that Thomas designed, which is also super cool. You know, that underspin and the jaw dropper and the bladed jig. There's all kinds of cool stuff that first gen's coming out with, and it was fun to be able to catch fish on his creation too. It's all around great day.